Hello YouTube friends, it's Mark in the shed. I just wanted to say a couple of words. Mainly, thank you to everybody who has inquired about my health, inquired about Jane's health. We're okay, we're doing well. Contrary to popular belief, I haven't died of COVID, I haven't got long COVID. In fact, I'm thinking of getting a t-shirt printed that says never had it, haven't got it, never been tested. So we're all right, we're fine. The reason why I haven't been in the shed, one, it's been bloody cold. Too cold to do any filming. Secondly, I've been suffering a little bit with my back. I do suffer periods of sciatica. And sometimes if you've had serious sciatica you'll know that it can be agonizing. So there's that. Plus I am now Jane's full-time carer, which means Jane comes first. So anything she needs comes before me coming to the shed to play with trains. So, and there's another reason. The shed at the moment isn't fit for purpose. I shall give you a little tour around of all the problems that I have, but at the moment the shed is not fit for purpose. It's suffering from damp. It's suffering from, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but the shed is actually built on little plinths of brick, but the brick has never been mortared in or cemented in. It's just brick, loose brick, stacked one on top of the other, kind of like one of those Jenga towers. They shift around a little bit. In this corner over here they've shifted a lot, so before I do anything inside the shed I'm going to have to sort the outside of the shed. The roof's leaking, got to sort out the roof. What's the point of doing modelling inside if it's leaking from the outside? It's leaking and I need to level up the boards again because of the problems that I've had through leakage, dampness getting onto the Sundelo boards. Sundelo boards, the only reason I used them is when my father died he bequeathed me some money to build a layout and he insisted that we should use Sundelo boards. That's why I used Sundelo boards. I would never ever do it again in an outside environment like this. Yes, fine, if you're in a nice warm spare room in your house, fine, Sundelo boards would be lovely. In here, they give you problems of warping, they contract, they expand. In the summer, they dry out too much and get dusty, although most of it is painted. In the winter, they expand and swell with any dampness, which can lead to problems with your track. So, I'm going to just pick up the camera, little tour around of all the problems that I've got, so you know this is why I haven't been on YouTube. Okay, won't be long. Okay, here we go. In this corner of the shed, not a lot of damage through dampness. There are still one or two issues with one or two points. That's down to me. As you know, I've used second-hand points over in this corner, and I think it's time I was perhaps replacing one or two of them. I still, as you can see, got the homemade uncouplers in. I'm still experimenting with homemade uncouplers when I can. In the far end there, those buildings at the back end, they just need a good clean and dusting off. They are fine. Now if you see just down here, I'll zoom in a little bit if I can. I have no idea what has gone on here. That is the outside public convenience. Some people on my channel will know it as the Westo Netty. Ask Tony Northeastern, he'll tell you what the Westo Netty is as well. He knows all about the Westo Netty. Anyway, that all needs sorting out again. It looks like it's fallen over and collapsed. How could it collapse? It's a model kit. It's a plastic kit. But anyway, it has, so that needs sorting. As I come around here, you'll notice there's no lights on the outside of the cinema. That light's on there, but none of the other lights that were on are on. This is because I've got a bit of rodent damage with the wiring, being chewed through by rodents. So that all needs sorting. I thought while I'm doing that, I may as well move that station along a little bit and perhaps take away the ramp end and just make it a flat end, and that'll give me an extra 6 or 7 inches at the back end there of that siding. It puts 6 or 7 inches extra track in. Makes a big difference when you're shunting. Again, look at this over here. I don't know what on earth has been going on here. I didn't knock that over. I didn't leave those buildings all skew whiff like that. I think this is little rodents. Oh, wait till you see this. Hang on, I'll get you set over here. Look at all that there. That's spider's legs. What's left of the spider. Now I'm sure they didn't just fall down from somewhere like that. I would have noticed if they were hanging from a cobweb. Spiders, I think we've had a little rodent in here, and that's the only bit of the spiders left, the spindly, spiny legs. So all this needs cleaning off, hoovering off, and putting back into place. Like I say, the wiring needs sorting again. These aren't too bad down here. This corner isn't too bad at all. The problem I had on this corner has been with track. The track has given me 1 or 2 problems around this corner. But so far so good, it's working. And I think that's what I'm going to stick with now. Coming off that turnout there and swinging around here. One line takes you behind the station, one line takes you up the loop, and the other turnout takes you onto that side in there. I think I'm going to stick with that, so I'll be ballasting this now. Well, not now, but I will be ballasting it because I think I'm going to stick with this configuration. I quite like it the way it is, and as I'm sure people are aware, I love to shunt, and it's working out quite good for that kind of a thing. So that's not bad. Over here, again, the station lights have gone out, so I'm assuming that's rodent damage again, or it could be that the wiring has just popped out. I'm going to have to investigate that. So that's all got to be done. Again, it all needs to be hoovered off and all the bits of crap out of the way. These buildings, I've decided I'm going to move them. We don't need full relief buildings in there. I'm going to move them and get some half relief buildings for along the side of there, which will make, once it's in the roadway, look a little bit more realistic. But apart from that, that's okay. This corner over here, again, just needs cleaning off. This is a corner with the park in it, and this is the only part of the layout where I've left little people on. The rest of them I took away, because we're in lockdown, aren't we? So I took the little people away, and I can get the camera next to you still. I took the little people away from everywhere else, but I left them over here in this corner. So as you can see, there it is, always been like that. The only church in the world that has a wedding and a funeral going on at the same time. And the wee park in the corner, the wee municipal building in the back there. That all needs just cleaning off, and again, he's all hoovering. Got a little problem with track here. That's sprung up there. So that's going to have to be repinned. I think I'll get away with just scraping out underneath it if I'm gentle with the scraper and repinning it and reballast. But as you can see, it all needs cleaning down. And the little play area, the children are still there in that play area where they've always been. And a wood louse there has decided to die right at the gateway, so there you go. Again, it's got cobwebs about the place, all needs cleaning off. The track itself is quite alright round here, it's not bad at all. But I do have an incline running that way. I have an incline. I may leave it the way it is, that incline. Once I've sorted the outside of the shed, it may level itself off a little more, but I think I'm going to leave it because in actual fact it doesn't do much harm to the aesthetics of the layout. And that school there, that's a school. Now if I just zoom in on that school, you will see the school is actually called Lily Bank Infant School. Well, that's a bank. That's a bank there. The track there is on a bank, so I may leave that bank. I'll move again. I've had to move all of these bits and pieces away from that corner. I've just got stuff scattered around because, like I say, I've been working on bits and pieces. I'm going to have to relocate these. They were there. Look, I've got all my gear out still, you see. Even the coffee cup there. Got all my gear out. I've been replacing bits of track and doing bits and pieces. But this is by far the worst corner here. If I can get me tripod to sit down. This is where I'm getting a lot of dampness. There's been a leak in the roof in that corner. Doesn't show up that well, but it's an absolute mess round there. And I hadn't realised how bad it was until I came back into the shed the other day after not being in for weeks, and that is really dipped down there. The buildings, they are old super quick kits. They've gone all mouldy. I'm going to try and clean them up, and again I need to sort out the wiring. You can see there's all sorts of mould on there. It's simply with the wet. And down on the ground there is an awful dip in the boards. I'm going to have to either take that whole piece out and redo it, or try some way of putting extra battens underneath to support it. Over here I managed to catch this one, so I've covered it with polythene. I managed to catch that leak as it happened, and I managed to cover it over, so no problem there with the barn and the stables behind there. So as you can see, I have a lot of work to do, but like I say, there is no point in doing it until I get the outside of the shed sorted. And I can't sort the outside of the shed until I get a bit better weather. We've had, believe it or not, here in Rosyth, minus 17 at times. It's positively balmy today, the weather. We've got tropical weather today. We've got about 6 degrees centigrade. So that's why I came out of the shed today. So like I say, there's lots to be done, lots going on with, but I can't get on until I sort out the outside of the shed. It stands to reason. It's pointless doing anything inside if the shed's still leaking. So that's it for now. Thank you to everybody who watches. Thank you to everybody who, while I wasn't making videos, kept the faith. And I know most of you have. And thank you very much for all the inquiries about our health. I didn't think so many people cared, but obviously you do. So that's it. Once again, thank you very much. And I shall be back when I have something new to show you. Bye for now.